Hey y'all, Nova here. In this video, I'll be covering the Marauders update, the Red Baron. In this update, Marauders added a bunch of new content, specifically a new boss called the Red Baron. That's sort of obvious, obviously. And then they added bigger maps, and then there are also multiple raid instances in a raid now. So say you go into raid, you could run into Spaceport, Iridium Mine, and Prison all in the same raid instance, and then there could also be a merchant ship, and then also maybe the boss flying around in his own personalized ship. So we're going to be going through these patch notes, and I'll give you my thoughts on them, knowing what we know from the last update. So they have some known problems. We're not going to go specifically through those. Hopefully they get them fixed, but in this update we get the Red Baron. He has his own ship, which you can obtain. He also has his own blast armor and weapons as well. So getting into the juicy changes, they added the Red Baron. You can unlock the Baron head and the body by killing him a certain number of times, I believe. The Strike Frigate, they said, is about as big as the capital ship. I have not personally gotten it myself yet, but I know other people who have, so you can get it for yourself and put it in your storage. Next, they increased locations per raid. Like I said, you can go up to 3 raid locations. I'm not exactly sure if the merchant ship counts as one yet, but I'll figure that out. They increased the maximum player server capacity, so now it's up to 40 players. And this is because there's more raid locations as well. One thing I have noticed is space combat does seem to be more intense now, just because there's more people all trying to get to different places. And then of course they increase the space map size, which this doesn't matter too much, but just take it into account when calculating how much time you need, when getting out of a map, because it does take longer to get out of maps to extract sometimes, and you don't want to get stuck in raid and die because you ran out of time. So next they added raid missions. So basically what this means is every time you go into a raid, you'll get 3 missions that are very specific to that raid. So say you get a capital ship mission that guarantees that there's a capital ship somewhere in your raid that you got to go find, and if you complete them, you get a faction XP and a small money reward as well. I think it was 2 to 6,000 or something last time I checked, but that could change in the future for sure. Then instead of the old daily contracts, now there are market trades. They're for there's light bag trade. It's basically all the same things that you turned in for your contracts, but now they're market trades, and coins are utilized a lot more as well. And then these refresh every 24 hours, and they can also potentially have rare loot spawns. So next they added a new gun. It's the M712 special variant, and it's chambered in .45 ACP with 20 round capacity. They added a suppressor for both of those pistols, and then they also added the heavy rifle, the L1A1 assault rifle, which is .300 Magnum, 20 round capacity, and then there's also an extended mag and a compensator for this bag. So they have said that this is supposedly the best gun in the game, and they said that it might even knock the STG off its high horse. I have not personally played with this gun yet, but that is what they said, so I'll definitely be trying to get that as soon as possible. My guess is you can only get it in vaults and then probably supply drops as well. It also might spawn maybe on the Red Baron, I don't know. So the Red Baron also has blast armor. It just mitigates damage taken from inside a ship while being shot by another ship. This sounds really strong. I just hope it's high enough level that it isn't useless, because if it's a low level, then it's not worth wearing over higher level armor, just because the number of times you get damaged by people shooting your ship really isn't that common, unless you're getting blasted by 2 rocket launchers. I mean, you're gonna get out to the pods pretty much no matter what. So they added heavy pilot armor and a helmet, and then also it looks like there's 4 types of armor, well, including the helmets and the armor. There's a Baron cap, and then they also added diamonds. Diamonds are crazy, man. They're worth 9k each, and you find a bunch of them in jewelry boxes. I have found those. So there's 5 new linear contracts. To be honest, I haven't focused on 0 to hero at all, just because I want to prestige as much as I can this time, and since 0 to hero resets every time you prestige, I didn't see any point in doing that, so I'm just not focusing on 0 to hero. But if people need help with that, then I might make guides over it in the future. I don't know, not really interested in doing that right now. There's new market deals, it seems. And then so the L1A1 can now be found in the KA strong box, so not in normal loot boxes, but specifically the KA one. And then the Red Baron and a Strike Frigate have a 20% spawn rate. They did say in their last live stream that spawn rate would be decreased in the future, and that it's just that high right now, so that they have a chance to test it. I have run into the Red Baron multiple times. He's absolutely terrifying. He's really accurate at shooting pods as well. A lot of times you'll think you're fine and then your pod will just disappear and the screen will fade to black. So it's really, really hard to board him. I think the easiest way to board him is have him like distracted on someone else's ship and then board him from behind in a pod. I don't know how hard he is like once you're actually in the ship, but I have heard that he's pretty tough. So good luck. Let me know if you have killed him in the comments below and stuff like that. So let's look. There doesn't seem like there's too many changes. So pods are now targeted by AI ships and turrets. That's really, really important. Apparently flak vests also have a blast armor value. So flak vests provide some blast armor. Pods are targeted. This is huge because they didn't used to be targeted by turrets. So I have a feeling that's going to kill a fair number of people. Then also 0 to Hero campaign now gives more pirate faction XP. Yeah, because when you finish the 0 to Hero quest last patch, it would get you to like level 9.5 and you wouldn't actually get to level 10 with the pirate faction. So it looks like they fixed that now. And then cosmetics have had their cost increase, not more post-raid statistics. I know some people care about that. To be honest, I really don't care. Art, you can read that if you want. I'm not too interested. It does look like they had some balancing done. You can buy scout ships. They're really cheap. I think they're like 27k. Actually pretty crazy. I'm not sure that's a good change. But I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. We'll have to see. Scout ships are pretty strong just with how much faster they go. And now suppressors have less complicated recipes. That's good. I really, really hope it doesn't take a toolkit to craft. I haven't checked yet though. Repo Man can be completed by examining any forklift instead of... Okay, so you don't have to find the half-track bike this time for Repo Man. Thompson damage increase, Mach 10 damage increase. Looks like they're just doing small buffs across the board to all the SMGs, just because the SMGs last patch were basically useless. And then I honestly don't know if these damage increases are going to be enough to make them matter though, because it's really not the damage that matters. It's that their recoil is absolutely insane. They're not really controllable, and honestly, like rifles just put out more consistent damage. So even with these changes, I still feel like the SCG is probably going to be king over all of those. And the other things, like with the commandos being on all the maps, like SCGs are really easy to find. So I don't know, it just seems like there's not really any point in using any other weapon. I mean, the L1A1 might be better. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Hidden stashes and Repo Man now only require 1 second to examine. Commando squads now have the same spawn rate on Astro. I think they were spawning a lot more on Asteroid Mine, or maybe it was a lot less. I'm not sure. Okay, sack bags only junk scrap. That's cool. It's good that junk scrap has bigger use now. But honestly, I mean, you'll be crafting light bags in no time, so that's not that important. So it looks like the L1A1 attachments are found in the KA strongbox. And pardon me coughing, guys. I swallowed a duck bone. So yeah, but I'm okay. I'm okay. It seems like Capital Ship does not have a main turret, but there are 2 floating turrets guarding it. So that means that you can disable all of the turrets around the cap ship. Very interesting. I assume they made this change so that potting to the capital ship isn't too hard, because once you blow them up, there won't be anything defending it. Next, they made a bunch of UI changes. I'm not gonna, for saving time, I'm just not gonna go through them, but looks like they added a lot, so that's good. Lots of quality of life things, animations, sounds. Okay, they optimized some things, and then a bunch of bug fixes as well. Overall, this is a wonderful update. They added a lot of content. I hope that it brings a lot more players back. I'm not sure that it will, but hopefully they'll increase their player numbers. I think they need to do some more advertising as well, maybe on like Google or YouTube and stuff like that. I don't really think that like advertising through streamers works, because I mean, they've even had like Dr. Disrespect play it and their player numbers just have not gone up. So they gotta find some way of doing that. But other than that, looks like a great update. I like where they're going, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Hey y'all, if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching and supporting my content. If you want to support me a little bit more, please consider hitting the like button. It helps me out a bunch. I'm so sorry for not posting for like a solid 2 weeks. My laptop broke, and then I was out of the country for 7 days, and then I swallowed a duck bone. So that is why I sound very sick. It has not been a good last like 5 days. It hurt, like it's like equivalent to getting strep throat pretty much. It was awful, but I really appreciate all the support, y'all, and I can't wait to put put out more videos in the coming days. So hope everyone's doing great. Hope your holidays were great, and Happy New Year, y'all.